Welcome to Grand Oak Reverse in the Aston Martin G3. Now for this race we have gone hard tyres. It is a long race, 30 minutes in total. Whilst the Aston Martin is absolutely brilliant on tyres, the track is not so much. So we're going to see if we can actually just do a one-stop strategy here. Do one set of hards, jump onto another set of hards. As you see, turn 1 is quite chaotic as everybody is pretty much battling their way through the second corner here. Big bundle of tic tacs on the screen, so proximity radar, braking down second gear, little bit of a scrape on the car on the right hand side. Out the corner we go, all the way up to position 6. Watching out for Max Verstappen in the Red Bull liveried AMG to the right hand side there, getting a lovely bit of undercut and a bit of contact, as you know. They also like the livery on this Aston Martin, which is the bog standard livery, but some people just like to have a closer look. Up to position 5, catching up to Captain Chris. That is in the Boatley, absolutely beautiful car. The thing is, whilst we are in this absolutely brilliant position at the moment, it's not one to last. You know, we are on hard tyres, other people are on medium tyres, doing a very, very different tyre strategy, as we became a bit of a ham sandwich there. The meat in the middle of the bread, not ideal, but we managed to get out the other side. So going back to what I was saying, this position isn't destined to last long, although we will try. It's just, we just don't have the pace to everybody else. At least we're not going off the track in a alarming fashion like that. Thing is, while we are in 9th place now, halfway through the pack, it is a full lobby, and it is one of those tracks that is actually kind of hard to grasp. Now this is the reverse version of Grand Oak. The other way around, the normal version, is definitely far easier, or far more fluid is probably the better way of putting it. The reverse, just not that keen on it, and actually, got to be honest, not that good either. We're going to make it work though. We're down to position 11, getting a lot of pressure from the car behind. Again, while we are still in the early days of the race, anything can happen. Changes and bangs like that are going to be quite eventful all the time. Thankfully, by the end of lap 2, we're only 7.5 seconds away from the leading car of this race, which isn't too bad considering. They could well be on soft tyre compound, really giving it all. So 8 seconds away from that car isn't all too bad. Going to look the inside of the BMW to our left. Little bit of contact as we both go through. No harm, no foul. We are all still in one piece. We'll brake a little bit earlier. This corner is actually quite hard to master because you can come in very, very quick, but upon the exit it is quite slow. The same as this corner here, you're braking down the second gear, but as soon as you're out the other side, you can really start to nail it. And it is kind of a corner that if you master it, you actually gain so much time. So it will take a few laps to actually get the bread of it. This dip here can be quite dangerous as well. A few times we did bottom out of the car, and it obviously affects your braking zone, and we nearly went flying off the track. But that is to come later down the line. Losing down to position 13, we have John 595 behind us in another Aston Martin. Arthur in front in the lovely Porsche. Going to see if we can keep momentum with everybody else and be pretty much pulled along, as we do get a bit of Forza glued to the Aston Martin behind. A little bit of contact, unable to steer out of it. It is what it is. That is not good news though. That is a 0.4 second penalty for going a tiny bit wide and not gaining. What on earth was that for a dive bomb? Well, they lost control. Either way, we didn't lose that. It is still spinning out in the rearview mirror there. Look at that. Anyway, John, come back here. We need a little bit of help. We need to try and keep up with you so we can keep momentum. Altitude behind Rocking also a 0.4 second penalty. Looking to make a move upon us. Thankfully, they're only 0.3 seconds away. Not in the firing zone at the moment as we come through this corner here, but absolutely sending it sideways, making that Porsche drift look easy. So credit where credit's due really, because it is actually kind of hard to keep that drift and be pointing in the right direction. By the time we get to lap 7 though, we lost a lot more places. We're now down to position 17. All is not lost though, because there is a car gravel castle building there. That's Limey 25, gaining a position from them. They're only 0.6 seconds away. Probably on the medium tyres, they're going to be able to reel us in. Altitude up in front, 0.6 seconds away down the straight here. Hopefully we'll be able to use a bit of slipstream, get pulled in on them and close that door. Braking as the dip, kissing that curb on the inside and just getting on that power way too late, thus not having the best of exits. Limey able to capitalise upon that, is going to be right behind us, giving us added pressure. We need to be able to catch up to those cars up in front, get away from Limey behind, or we're going to have to surrender the position to them. Thankfully, that was not the case. They had a bit of a moment, thus giving us a little bit more breathing room and actually catching up to the trio of cars up in front. So that's Arthur, Altitude. I'm not too sure who's in front of that. Altitude coming a little bit slow through that final corner there, but the Porsche is very well known to understeer, is probably the best way of putting it. A lot of understeer that Porsche can deliver. Limey almost rear-ended this car, not too sure where the Porsche's gone. Brake into this corner here, a little bit funky, a little bit slow. Limey follows and again goes off the track in the same place they went earlier. Cannot grumble, we're no longer under pressure from the car behind. Batman 21 is in, not too sure, but Arthur being 1.7 seconds ahead, we have lost quite a bit of time. There we are, Batman is in the Ford Mustang. Giving up that position to them, they are rocking a 1 second penalty, but there are people now starting to enter the pits. You see position 1 was in the pits, now we have Quinton up ahead who's 22 seconds away. That's actually quite a lot of time. Looks bad, but towards the end of the race we'll have to see where things settle down. 22 seconds away may be a lot. It may not actually be a lot because they have to pit. They're going to have to maybe pit more than once. The plan here is to pit at the end of lap 12 and then be able to extend again the final part of this race. See, a lot of people have gone into the pits as we did go off the track there. We're all the way up to position 6. Won't last, very much doubt it'll last, but by mathematics standards, if people's pitting at the end of lap 9, start of lap 10, they'll have to pit if they do the same tyre strategy as earlier at lap 20. And then that'll be another 25-30 seconds gain upon them. So while Quinton H6 is 30 seconds, well, 22 seconds ahead, sorry, might not always be the case. Batman up in front. Oh, Quinton's gone into the pits at the end of lap 10, so they're going to have to do a 2-stop strategy because hard tyres are not going to last 13 laps. I'll be quite surprised if the last 12. This track is kind of hard on the old rubbers. Coming around this corner now, Batman 21, 0.2 seconds ahead. We have Arthur just in front as well, cutting this corner terribly. Absolutely horrendous that was, Flash. But we are still in the zone of the car in front. Another person in the pits there, all the way up to position 4. Not too sure who's coming out the other side. By the looks of it, Quinton. Batman has gone gardening, picking up some flowers for the mother at home, braking down the second gear. Around this corner we go, and out the other side. You may well notice the front left-hand tyre has now clipped onto minor wear, and the rest of the tyres are not going to be too far behind. Not good news, because we do have another lap to go before we are able to go into the pits if we stick to our rehearsed plan. Arthur up in front had a little bit of a moment, a little bit slow at that corner, but guess what? We're in the podium, like right now. We're in P3. An absolute brilliant position. Arthur rocking a 1.9 second penalty, just noticed that. We are under... Arthur's gone gardening. We are under pressure from the cars behind. Pentahook and Batman just behind them. Pentahook has already been into the pits. Come out the other side. Will be possibly on medium to soft tyres. I'm rocking the Lexus, a car you really don't see much in GT3s. Great sounding car though, I'm not gonna lie, it does sound brilliant. But by the time we come out the pits ourselves, we are in position 15. Yet we have lost a lot of time from pitting. It is what it is. probably looks worse than what it is, to be fair, because we no longer have to go into that pit stop. We're not going to surrender any more time. Pentahook is 36 seconds away, so that with that knowledge, pitting took about 35 seconds. Rob's GTI is 6 seconds away, and Curb is 6 seconds away. So we are in a very, very neutral section here, where we're literally piggy in the middle. So we're going to have to try and work our way back up, try and catch up to position 14, and start now with this freedom of a bit of air and under no pressure from anybody. Start clawing those numbers in, getting better lap times, better positions, and just keep working and knocking those seconds down. Position 9 has been gained through a lot of people pitting. We have Ollie rustling up in front in another Aston Martin, just like ourselves. By the looks of it, we have Chill Dizzle, 6474 in a possibly Aston Martin behind us. They are pitted twice. So as Ollie rustling up in front, pitted twice, they're no longer going to pit. If we are able to keep up with that car in front and kind of use that draft to benefit ourselves, because it is a very fast circuit with a lot of straights, we actually might be in a really good position towards the end of this race. Wow, I didn't realise the car behind Chill Dizzle had 4 seconds worth of penalties. And while things did change for the final lap, we are now down to position 9. The Slam Champion 0.8 second penalty behind. Oh, no, it's changed to Lunchbox 18, who's rocking a 3.9 second penalty. They are 5 seconds away. While our tyres are worn, easy to make a mistake, I think we have secured position 9. Considering for most of the race we was actually down in the bottom quarter, really, I think this strategy has paid dividends in the long run. Far easier in a car that's definitely far more tyre efficient. I would definitely argue it's probably not the fastest due to the complexity of this track and how fast it is. You're probably going to be much faster, pitting more and having a better tyre compound to be able to maximise the speed this track can carry. The light changes are happening again towards the end of the race. I don't know what it is with long races, but the light changes rather abrupt. Thing is, don't go away just yet. We're going to head over to Bathurst, where something really peculiar happened. And to be fair, it's actually quite depressing to a certain degree of what happened. Wow, a lot of people quit this race as well. Anyway, heading over to Bathurst, we're starting the race off in position 7. Different tyre strategy here. Bathurst is very, very forgiving on tyres. So, the plan here is medium to mediums. Can it be done at a long race? We're about to find out whilst we go grab a castle building and pretty much bullied off the track. So what was position 7 and a quitter up in front is now position 12. That sets the tone to what happened during this race. When I was saying earlier about depressing and something peculiar happens, we started off as pretty much a full lobby, but it certainly doesn't end that way. Coming around this corner here now, a little bit of contact from the Porsche up in front, but we're going to bury ourselves up the inside there, make that position work. Absolutely beautiful move, breaking down second gear. Another car has fallen victim to said wall, and HC Moon a little bit slow coming out that corner. No harm, no foul, just need to try and get past this person. Come on buddy, put your foot down. We have places to be and, well, places to take as well, I'm quite honest with you. Ooh, steady. Thank you very much. That was really kind of you, and a well-earned position by smashing someone out of the way. Just saying. Anyway, coming through this section here now, a lot can happen. When you fall down a mountain, pretty much like Hayes is, we gain a position. And problem with the walls as you come down the mountain, some of them are quite grabby and will end up spinning the car. Breaking down second gear, it can be kind of sketchy, breaking into the zone. Out the other side we go, getting on that power, probably a little bit too early, a bit too aggressively, and a little bit too twitchy. Position 10 now. Not too bad overall, especially as we're coming down this back straight. Silver Fox behind, 3.4 seconds away, and F2K Davis 11.3 seconds ahead, which is actually quite the lead, especially at the end of lap 1. Tyre strategy, again, for different people will be very different here. We are going medium to mediums, like I said earlier. Other people may well be on soft tyres or may well be on hard to soft, or starting off on soft and going to hards. We do not know. We don't have the information, but can only presume to a certain degree. We have F2K Rambo up in front, and someone's overtaken the car behind, who's now 4.2 seconds away. Totemic Scroll 8, rocking a 0.8 second penalty. Now, start of lap 2, we are actually quite in a strong position because the cars behind could be on hard tyres. I don't think F2K, Goosey and the F2K crew are on hard tyres. They're more than likely going to be on medium tyres. We have Jordan up in front who visited the wall. You know, over the period of the race, we're going to be making quite a substantial gain from the cars behind. Then we should have enough gain away from the cars behind that when they go into the soft tyres, they're unable to catch up to us. Hopefully, if we are able to keep a good pace, the cars up in front that could possibly be on soft tyres won't be as quick or efficient towards the latter half of this race when they're going to be on hard tyres. So if things go well, we might well be able to maximise the situation we are in. Really getting brave with the track limits as we fall down the mountain. F2K Rambo has had a moment with the wall and managed to regain control to a certain degree. Going to let them take that position back and hopefully vacuum us to catch up to Jordan, who is in the Aston Martin up in front. Hitting that wall on the corner exit is less than ideal. It does destroy your momentum, but thanks to the Slipstream King up in front, we're going to be able to keep a good set of pace, and we're already setting a 10-second up best lap than we did previously. Obviously, we started the race off then, but 10-second gain is actually quite a good bit. Braking at the 150 board a tad late, to be quite honest, as we slipstreamed our way into the back of Rambo, so we apologise about that, bud. It was not intentional. Just a little bit late on the old stoppers. Braking at the 150 board there. I think a car has gone sign collecting and destroyed the rest of the braking markers there, which is not ideal. And I've got to be honest, it's late at night, although the game description did say sunset. The apprentice doesn't go out in the evenings and put the signs back up like they do in a normal race. The signs, once they're gone here, they stay gone. Especially at this time of night. I guess they must have a curfew they need to be home to. 3.6 seconds away from Goosey behind us, F2K, and Rambo 0.7 seconds away up in front. Really need to get the hang of this one here in the Aston Martin. A little bit slow for third gear, but a little bit too quick for second gear. So we'll probably have to look at the gear ratios there, try and maximise it a little bit better. Coming around this corner now, we've lost a little bit of time from the cars up in front, 0.9 seconds away. But hopefully, as we go up the mountain and through the fast mountainous section, might be able to actually pull back a little bit of time from them. Goosey behind has been reeling us in quite somewhat, so if they keep managing that pace up, they're going to be behind us rather quickly, and that is going to be less than ideal. We're going to be under pressure from a car behind whilst trying to attack the car up in front. That was a new line. Easy to hit that wall, go out wide. Hopefully they don't get too much of a penalty. 0.8 seconds as they fall down the mountain again. This mountain section is quite difficult, not going to lie, especially when you hit that wall there. That wall is ultimate destruction. There's no two ways about it. And whoever put that tyre wall sticking out like that must still be laughing on the way home from work every day. There's no two ways about it. The destruction that thing causes must be bringing joy to their eyes, because why would you do that? You know, it is absolutely ruthless. Braking at the 150 board here, down the second gear, kissing that curb on the left, over the curb on the right. The Aston Martin isn't all that friendly on the curbs, or the setup I've got on it isn't all that friendly on the curbs. It can be a little bit sketchy, but Goosey has managed to wheel their way back in behind us. Gonna go side by side through this corner. Not a lot of space was awarded, so budge over, buddy. Thank you very much. Ultimately, we're going to surrender the position to Goosey. Don't want to be battling this early on just yet. As you can see though, HC Moon behind is in position 8. Almost 60 seconds away. Sounds like a lot, and it is a lot because position 1 is 20 seconds away. So ultimately, HC Moon is 80 seconds away from the leading car. What is going on here is I believe HC Moon is in last place. So there's nobody behind that driver. Everybody has pretty much quit. And it takes a minute or two for the realization of that to kick in. But as soon as I realized that, it kind of pretty much sealed the deal. Not under pressure from anybody behind, knowing really that we're second to last and the cars up in front are 2 seconds away thanks to hitting that inside wall and grabbing the car. You know, kind of lose hope, shall I say, or something else. Just that feeling of why bother, you know, because am I in position 7 or am I second to last, you know? And it really does sit on you thinking, you know, is it really worth constantly battling as heavy as we are? Now, while yes, it is awesome to keep cars up in front, to lose half the lobby like that, actually more than half of the lobby, is really surprising. It wasn't on the screen of a mass exodus event where people quit. Was there a disconnection? Or is it just people just rage quit at this track, being at night, being Bathurst, and being as competitive as it was? Overall, for our final lap, we're in position 6. HC Moon is 161 seconds away, and ourselves 50 seconds away from the leading car. We did have a few incidents here and there, hit the wall, span around, things like that. It was just felt empty, is the best way of putting it. And why bother? It's such a shame that I think GT3 is probably one of the worst categories for it, where if people don't get a good start and by the end of lap 1 it's not been a good start, they quit. And it's very, very common, like I say, especially in GT3s. Touring cars, not so much. People keep going, probably have a little bit more patience. But yeah, GT racing ended up like this, position 6. While position 6 is great on paper, second to last position. Thank you all for watching.